Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, Junior! Yeah, welcome to today's... Fuck, I'm so retarded. I can't fucking speak. Welcome to today's video. There we go. Today I'm going to be talking about exams. Now, I've been through GCSE'S, A-levels. I could have gone to university, I chose not to. And honestly, at the moment I'm happy with the choice so far. I'm not saying I'm never going to go to university or I'm never going to do anything like that, but I felt like I needed the break, and one of the reasons is because of exams and the structure of school. In England you have GCSE'S, which are basically just standard qualifications that pretty much everyone will get, and you have A-levels, which is like, which I believe is like high school in America. It's basically like extended education. I found GCSEs not too bad. You would revise maybe a few nights before, go through some stuff, and you'd come out with a good mark, at least in my experience. I understand some people struggle with these things. I'm very lucky in the fact that I'm very good at working on my own and being able to just make notes and being able to make notes and remember stuff quite easily, especially at that time, because for GCSEs there's not a huge amount you need to remember, and you don't need to get a high percentage to get a great mark or a good mark even. But during A-levels, I found it extremely stressful, and people always talk about exam stress and they sort of joke about it, but I think it is quite a serious thing. I mean, I went through some of the worst times of my life around my A-level exams, and the stress of the exams and what was happening to me and was definitely a big contributing factor into why I didn't do as well. I didn't do bad. I did quite well. I did quite well for... I think most people would be happy with my results. But for me personally, you know, I've been used to getting like A's and stuff all the way through school, so it's very hard to accept that you haven't lived up to the expectations that you put upon yourself. But yeah, if you're going for exams, here are my tips to help you out. Okay, first off, I'd say the worst thing you can do is worry about sleep. Because that was one of the things with me that completely ruined a few of my exams, because I hadn't been to sleep the night before because I've been worried about being able to get to sleep and wake up on time. You go over and over in your head about it at night. In the morning I was just sat in my exam just like, oh, I fucking just want to go to bed. Like, I can't even be fucked to do this shit. And obviously you don't want to be in that position. You want to be feeling great, feeling positive, in the right state of mind where you can just go straight in and just crush it. Obviously, saying that you shouldn't worry about stuff is obviously... Saying, oh, don't worry about this is very different than actually having to go through that and stop yourself from doing that, because it's easy for someone to say, oh, why are you worrying about that? That's silly. I know from experience that it's a lot harder to deal with than, at least for me, it was harder to deal with than people explained to me. So, I mean, I tried sleeping tablets and that seemed to help quite a lot for the end of my exams, but by that point it was a bit too late. And another thing I'd say is, especially if you're in A-levels, because in GCSE you can't wear what you want. You have to wear a school uniform, at least in most schools I know. With A-levels you can wear what you want, and I used to wear like my normal sort of skinny jeans and like shit like that, and you just find yourself like after like an hour or so just sat in a chair in a hall. I'm just not fucking comfortable. So in the end I started going in like these fucking sexual jogging bottoms. I mean, I looked a bit of a cunt, but I mean, looking back at it, wearing the fucking skinny jeans I did, I looked like a cunt anyway, so I don't know why I was worried about that. But yeah, I'd say the main thing is wear what's comfortable. And that may seem like an afterthought, but I mean, it is actually important when you're in there to feel comfortable, and it just helps you relax and feel a lot more calm. Another thing I'd say is practice past papers a lot. Some people I've spoken to in the past and some people I know who didn't do as well, they did all their notes, they read up on stuff a lot, but they just did like a few past papers, and when it came to the actual exam, they didn't know the structure of how to write it, and that's pretty much the main thing. That's what's going to get you most of the marks. And you may be thinking, like, why the fuck should I listen to you? You said yourself you didn't do as well as you wanted to. And that's true, I didn't, but I mean, I still got a good place in university if I wanted to do that. And so the main thing is try not to worry about anything, be as relaxed as you can, and it's not the end of the world if things go wrong. It may seem like that, but it's not. There's plenty of other things that you can do, you can retake exams, study other things, maybe you didn't get as good a grade as you wanted to go to a certain university, or get a certain job if you're doing GCSE'S, or get a college placement. There's always different options and different ways you can do things. Because I know at the time it felt like it was the end of the world, because I felt like I didn't do as well as I wanted to. But really, I mean, it wasn't the end of the world at all. And I know saying that's not going to change anyone's mind who's actually going through that right now. But just trust me, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. I guarantee if you think you failed horribly, you haven't done as bad as you think. Or even if you have, I mean, it's not a huge deal. Don't get me wrong, it's disappointing, and it's definitely, you'd definitely prefer to get better results. But as I said, I think the way the system is at the moment, there's so much pressure on students. If you don't get A's or B's, you're pretty much a fucking failure. That's the way people look at it these days. The competition is just so large, and you're competing against so many different kids for university placements, and no matter what you get, there's always going to be people that got better than you. Anyway, I'm chatting shit now, but that's pretty much all I had to say. I just started rambling a bit there, but hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I hope it may have brought some help to you. Probably hasn't, but you know, at least you got to see me do some shit on the screen. Alright, thanks guys. Please give this a like, comment, subscribe, and suck my balls.